want to stay south though.
All right, hey y'all.
Across the street from car stores 3
News with Tim. Okay, this is what's going on here.
She should go get it looked at.
News with Tim.
Anybody else?
So, what you're about to? We try and do shit out. It's called the internet, man. We just figure shit out. I'll try to promote this shit. It's on Chocolate Unicorn Entertainment. Follow, subscribe, click the button, all that good shit. So, I know this shit's taboo, but I'm hungry. And I got this shit on my mind, man. So, what I'm watching right now is the Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse is taking the stand. It can't be a week into the damn trial. This white boy is on the stand, and he is confident. His goons, his little lawyers, who have been supplied by him by the, I have to assume by the NRA. But the kid is well spoken, very well aware of what's happening around him. He feels like he was well within his right. It's kind of a ridiculous situation. And every moment that he's speaking, he's talking about how he was there to assist. To assist, y'all. Now, to your casual onlooker, it might appear as though he is walking through the streets of Kenosha, Wisconsin, or Kenosha, Wyoming. Wisconsin, Wyoming. It happened in Wyoming. But it looks like he's walking through the streets with a gun past police officers. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And it looks like people were trying to wrestle a gun from a crazy white man who was walking down the street with a gun. That's what it looked like. But that's not the case.
Not that I was aware of. I just know they were parked right there. People were throwing rocks at them.
Did anybody tell you not to cross that line? You wouldn't be able to go back?
Not until later in the evening.
Okay. You cross that line, and where do you go?
We continue straight in a southerly direction down.
Now, I'm not sure
Okay. Were you going any place in particular?
who's doing what. I'm not sure
We were
if
just going to see if anybody needed medical help, and I
have to assume that these
looked at the guy's shoulder on the
are
way
his
there.
lawyers,
Okay. And finish with the guy.
because they're really letting him tell his story. The questions aren't that direct.
I continued
But-
walking in a southerly direction.
He knows all of his compass points.
Sheridan Road, and then
He knows all of his roads. He was visiting. How does he know all these
I
roads?
believe you guys have been referring to him as Yellow Pants.
Yeah. So
he said he said something to me. I believe it was.
they've been coaching this
You were the
kid.
one that pointed your rifle
Since
at
he-
me with the laser pointed at me. I believe that's what I heard.
They've been coaching this kid
I didn't.
since he retained
That's the first time I saw
legal,
him that night. So I was
representation.
confused, so I said
Immediately.
I did, and then I continued to walk away.
And was the did an admission that you did it, or more of a statement with a question?
It was a sarcastic remark.
Okay. Did you engage with him any further?
No.
And from there,
In this version of the story, the way he's telling it,
I continued
he's walking
walking
through.
in a southerly direction, merging towards the middle of Sheridan Road.
This guy is just so well informed. He is
And
telling
as
people
I'm walking,
that
I started to look because I
he's the
realized
victim.
Mr. Balch is not
He is
looking at
acting in
anything.
self-defense. He was only there to assist the business owners and
No,
property
I actually
owners
went to go look for Mr.
to protect their
Balch.
property. He felt so compelled as a citizen to leave his state and go to another state to protect them. I have to assume that there's some kind of message board that exists that would let him know.
I was just focused on trying to.
People are like, how would he know that? Nigga's the internet. Somebody was like, we need help out here. These niggas are going crazy. Something like that. That's how that shit went down. So
I'll just go back to the car source number 2.
Okay, and describe what happened as you did that.
As I did that, I received a phone call from Dominic Black.
Hey, let me back up. Were you able to get back to car source number 2?
No, I did not.
Describe that.
now, mind you, I want to say that there's video of
I
him
was trying to get back.
consorting and hanging out with all kinds of questionable characters. And by questionable characters, I want to say it was a group of motherfuckers with guns just like his at like some kind of outpost where they all fucking, you know, like I said, they all linked up on the internet. They all met there. The kid wasn't alone when he was doing all this shit. He was alone where he was at, but he wasn't alone in the practices. Like, they all went up to go meet somebody. They went to go meet each other. And I even want to say, like, there's like a picture of the cops, like, bringing them water and shit like that. Like, it's insane. And this is all to protect the city from protesters. Looters and rioters is what they're referring to them, but protesters is what was going on. This kid says that he was trying to stop them from knocking over a porta potty and setting it on fire. He's got a laser pointer up there. It's wild, man. It really is. So, we've got two situations where two civilian white men, or two cases where civilian white men are on the stand or being accused of their, what do you call it? Citizens arrest, taking justice into their hands. And where does that stop? Where does it start? Like, how do you decide when's too much? When do you intervene? So, you know, these men have been taking these fucking things, these liberties in their hands, and it is fucking mind-blowing. It's fucking mind-blowing. So, we'll see what happens, man. This kid is... he's good.
Until he came out from behind the car and ambushed me.
Okay, I'll get to that. Did you run the whole way?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
He was ambushed, is what he said.
You had your gun, correct?
Yes.
And you had a fire extinguisher?
Yes.
And you had your medic?
My medical bag, yes.
And were you asking people about medic at that point?
I was asking people if they needed medical help as I was getting down there.
Did you receive any responses?
No, I didn't.
Describe your approach to car source number 3.
As I'm walking down Sheridan Road, I hear somebody scream, "Burn in hell," and I replied with friendly, to let them know, hey, I'm just here to help. I don't want any problems. I just want to put out the fires if there are any. I continue walking, and then I notice the Duramax. I notice a flame in the back seat of the Duramax, and
He's out there putting out fires.
I step towards the Duramax.
He's out there putting out fires, y'all.
As I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski.
He's out there putting out fires. So,
in his hand, and
I don't know, man.
as
I just feel like if you're going to put
as
the
I'm
decision,
walking to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher and I take a step back.
Okay.
if you're going to put the
When you
decision
step back
of
from Mr. Zeminski,
this young man's freedom
My plan is
Ba-
to get out of that
based
situation
on a
and go
jury of
back
his
to the road
peers,
down Sheridan Road to where
with the case they're presenting,
the source lot number 2 was.
it's a really good chance this kid's gonna get off, man. And it's a shame. It's a shame that he won't get any time. But he's on. You should see how confident he was. I wish I was good enough at YouTube shit to have like a picture-in-picture here. Maybe that'll happen someday with a green screen, something around here. But fuck, man,
Mr. Rosenbaum,
this guy is beaming with confidence.
Right side.
So,
and I was cornered from.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it.
Mr. Zeminski.
But this kid walks past police with a firearm. When you look up uh-oh, he's crying. Oh shit, he's crying.
There were people right there.
Oh shit, he's crying. Okay, he's crying. He's crying. Oh shit. Because he's the victim. He didn't want to kill these people. Oh shit, it's spinning on me. Look at that. Oh shit! Oh my god!
10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen to any.
Oh my goodness! Whoa! Whoa!
Okay,
Whoa!
that was clearly an unexpected
Whoa!
moment. The judge actually handing Kyle Rittenhouse a bottle of water, not showing any emotion, but Kyle Rittenhouse breaking down. If we can stay on these live pictures as long as we can, surely they took.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
But if we could just watch these live pictures, you are watching what was Kyle Rittenhouse's defense lawyer questioning him about the shooting there that happened in
Holy shit! That was wild.
Wisconsin.
That was crazy.
Rittenhouse is accused of shooting and killing 2 protesters and wounding another person. That's actually Kyle Rittenhouse's mother right there breaking down.
She breaking down because you know that nigga going to jail because he did that shit. Oh.
Back in August of 2020 when he was online and said he was answering a local militia's call.
Answering a local militia's call.
For citizens to come and arm themselves and protect the local
Right, the local militia called him. That's what happened. He was on a messaging board and the local militia called his white ass.
Jacob Blake.
Why?
ABC News legal contributor Shauna Lloyd monitoring this with us. We're going to keep these live pictures.
This shit is wild, man.
Shauna,
Did you see that boy just what? Oh, he going through it. They gonna let him go have a coffee in the lobby.
Powerful moment for everybody there.
The fuck?
Because until this moment, Kyle Rittenhouse was showing no emotion.
No emotion. The man was been stone cold the whole time. He broke all the way down. They told him put the cameras down, man.
At that one volatile.
Oh man.
Talking about the shooting.
That shit was wild.
Extremely emotional to the point where he can no longer speak. What are your observations?
You should have seen him.
What do you think about what we heard? And
Oh, they done asked a black girl what she think.
Broke down.
I think that he has been definitely, through his testimony, he's put on good testimony, very clear and concise as a witness and someone who's testifying in his own defense. I think that this breakdown that we see shows the emotional impact on him. However, it also speaks to why there is an age minimum for people to be armed, to enter the armed forces, because there are some situations that at that age, you're just not emotionally able to handle. And so I think that that also speaks to the other side, is that he should, as a 17-year-old, not legally able to have a firearm is important, because we're talking about how
So the nigga is 17, he ain't supposed to have a firearm in the first place.
Prepared to be in an emergency situation.
He
or
goes
any other
gets a
type of
militia's
situation.
a
So
local
he should
militia's
be
call.
out of that spectrum.
All right, I'm trying to
Leaves
we're
his
looking at the
state,
transcript right
goes
now.
to
This is
another
happening
state.
so quickly, Shauna. Unless you know, I'm trying to figure out.
People
as
try
we
to take his
listen
gun
to
because he
him
look like a crazy white boy walking around protesters.
And how he was feeling threatened. Well, first of all, while we're looking for that part of the transcript that led to the moment where he broke down, let me just back up to what we were hearing.
This is full-on
here.
breakdown,
The defense
man.
attorney was having him describe
Full-on
what he was
breakdown.
doing there, before this day where things.
Well, it don't look all the way real. It don't look that real.
Friends had been in the
Dude, how real it look? Look. You see it?
trying to be good citizens.
I can't do. I'm terrible with cameras, man. I'm terrible with cameras. It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. I don't know why I tried.
Being good citizens and just being there in the community to try to clean up, what had
That
been,
nigga for real.
protests that hadn't turned so deadly to
No,
that
he
point.
crying for real.
But then we see this picture of him, of Kyle Rittenhouse, with a number of other boys, and they're all armed except for two of the young men. There they were, all these young boys.
Oh, he trying to catch his breath. Ooh.
Or 17 at the time, right? Or was it 18 at the time? He
He was 17 at the time, bitch. He's 18 now.
He's got a gun. The other, young men have guns. And he was talking about how he was brought there to take care of the community and defend this dealership, that they had talked with the owner of this dealership. He was happy that they were there. He talked about having his first aid kits, and he was there to provide first aid. He had his Pelican box kit. With all his medical supplies, because he had been a lifeguard, and that he was just there.
You
to
was walking
take
on
care
land.
of his
The fuck?
community.
Nigga,
And
never
then
mind.
things started to escalate. He started describing.
You should see this white boy crying on this
threats
stage, man.
against him. People saying they would, shoot a effing hole in his heart, and he got really intense in describing these vulgar.
Hey, man,
threats
I'm gonna tell y'all gotta watch this Rittenhouse
And
trial.
then
Y'all
he
gotta watch this
started
Ahmaud
saying-
Arbery
he heard
trial.
someone say,
These
"You're
are
gonna
big
burn
trials,
things
man. I don't
down,"
think
and
people
that's when he
fucking
said, "Friendly,
understand the
friendly."
gravitation,
He explained to people that he was there
no
just to
pull,
help,
or the gravity.
and that sort of led
God damn it,
up
you
to
know what I
this
mean?
moment where he,
You gotta catch up with this shit.
just broke.
Link,
Still
subscribe,
trying to
subscribe,
find
like,
out what
all
exactly
that
he
YouTube shit that
said.
people say.
Not quite
My
sure
mouth is wet.
if it was,
I'm
okay,
intense.
here we go.
That white boy
So
is
before
upset.
that
All right, I'll talk to y'all
moment,
soon. Chocolate
before
Unicorn
he started to
Entertainment.
break
Hit us up.
down,
I'm Black Ass Tim,
when,
Tim Young,
he
all them
was
shits.
describing